Hello, everybody. We are back with Agility 4 Top 4. This time we have the losers finals between Requiem and World Friend Star. Obviously, World Friend Star just beating Arcadia Sky in the previous round an hour ago. And now they're up against Requiem, who lost in the winners finals against Prestige. I'm Mikkel, and I'm joined here with Brandoli.
What's up, gamers?
And I think we definitely have an interesting match on our hands today. We got, I'd say, the two best teams in France right now. And I guess Thomas, because he's Belgian, but actually Belgian this time, not French. But I don't know. I think this is going to be an interesting match. Obviously, World Friend Star has done a little bit of tinkering with their lineup since the previous match. I'd say their biggest ad being Pyrax to the lineup instead of, I'm not sure who got subbed out. Was it Valor?
Yeah, it was Valor.
I guess it's because of his DC issues the last two races. Swift also had a little bit of an issue, but I guess they decided Valor was on due cooldown, so had to sub in Pyrax.
87 after 8, guy was cracked out.
And then for Requiem's lineup, we have Athaway, Deum, Impo, JB, Nitroco, and Ro. And obviously, we're going to be watching Nitroco's point of view today. And, I think this is going to be a really interesting one. I'm not sure who's going to take it, though. So what do you think?
No, I gotta say, I think Requiem's going to probably go away with this one. I think they're ready for the rematch with Prestige, especially because they kind of just got edged out at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you weren't watching yesterday, Prestige pulled away with a plus 62 in the last two races to just edge out the victory at the last moment. But Requiem mainly had a steady hand, I'd say, for most of the match, although it was pretty even most of the time. But I think this is basically the same lineup that they rolled with. Although there is no Les, which I'd say is probably the biggest factor in Requiem's lineup. As I think everyone on their team can run and just hold first, but Les is really the one doing all the dirty work in the pack and just making sure he's a nuisance to the other team. So without him, someone else is going to need to step up to that role to make sure that plays are being made. And obviously, WF Star, back-to-back D1 winners. They know what they're doing. So
yeah,
definitely a force to be reckoned with.
It could go either way at this point. Both are... The War of France, so to say, is about to happen.
So the room should be going up in a minute. I believe Requiem is going to be the host since they are coming from the winner's side of the bracket.
Yeah, Requiem's the host.
And the room should be going up momentarily. And, I mean, I kind of want to question the decision to take out Valor the lineup. Mainly, just because he was totally, destroying Arc in the previous match. But, Pyrax is definitely one of the best players in the game, so... I wouldn't really say it's a downgrade in the lineup, but maybe someone else could have been taking opportunity just to get that full force and the best lineup that they can have to make their way into the grand finals.
Oh, they also subbed out Theo for Flo.
Yeah, I feel like I'd never see Flo in the really early matches, so it kind of makes sense. It's the same thing with Linkos, actually. He usually never plays. Well, for Linkos, it's more the later matches that he doesn't play, but he's usually always in the first lineup for their MKU team. But Requiem kind of rolls with, I'd say, the same 7 most of the time. With this and then Les, who I guess is something went on, but happens.
Stuff happens, man.
So room should be up by now. Not sure who the host is exactly, but I would assume it's probably either Athaway or Deum. But I'm not sure how many are in the room currently. So maybe we could see what's going on, Cinda.
Oh wow!
All right. Oh wow! That looks like a full friend room, so we should be getting started pretty soon. I'm not
momentarily.
That Valor me is kind of questionable. I cannot lie. Yeah, but I think there is 12 from what I just counted. It might be 11.
Yeah, there's 12. If you count by threes, he's like a normal human being, you'll see that there's 12.
Gotta make sure you have that tag on Nitro.
Oh, true.
Hitting 2,800 hours soon, kind of weird, but
he's kind of gaming.
Yeah, you got that 400 hours in Smash as well. Gotta make sure he's winning those lands. Yeah, it looks like Valor kind of let himself go after that those 2 DCs. But I'm not sure what's holding the room up right now. I think we should be
different, buddy. Quarantine's hitting different.
Yeah, it happens when you just have the inability to leave your house. All right, we got the good luck. Got to make sure you change the me to make sure the name updates. Okay, we're getting the full
What
library.
What am I? Oh my! What am I looking at? JB's easy rides, huh?
Kind of weird. Alright, he's got like 2 seconds to change this. Alright, well, I guess we're going the DK suit with the me.
DK Amiibo.
Alright, so Impo's the host, so he's going to be starting first of the room. Obviously, Agility 4, neutral starts are something in play, so teams have a selection of 8 tracks they can they can go for. So it looks like we're watching Nitroco's point of view. I'm not sure what they're going to go with.
TM, probably?
I don't know, because they're starting in first. I guess they're going TM.
I guess they're going TM. TM and Dry.
So it looks like WF is bottom 5, I want to say, judging by this setup at the moment. So I guess TM does make sense, since you can probably hoard all the boxes and hopefully get shrooms.
Yeah, that 3-4-5 definitely going to be the most likely to pull shrooms at the start for their top spots.
But always, there's the factor, just reds, that can totally ruin your shroom at the beginning. But we're going to be going to Twisted Mansion for race 1, the losers finals. So yeah, it looks like RE is top 4, 6 actually.
And then Nitro in last, Nitro's in 11th.
And I think everyone in this room is Waluigi, so gonna have a little bit of a tough time determining.
A lot of variation on the screen.
Although I can't say it would be the first time that we've had a full Waluigi room, but team's got to be on their A game for their communication. And Nitroco already getting trailed by Mars, and he's just gonna waste his shroom early on, so I guess he's just gonna be trying to up the coin count as early as he can.
Get his money up.
Get your coins. And Mars gonna be starting in the back here. Obviously, can't really tell who's in the front at the moment. But
I'm gonna guess that Ari's probably keeping a lot of their top spots.
Yeah, the top 4 is really hard to break on TM.
Going for the UMT strat. Not quite getting it though.
He's almost at 10 coins. You see Thomas get taken out. Nitro's got 4 shrooms to work with here going into lap 2, so he should set himself up pretty well.
Oh, and the random green.
So I'm not sure who's in last at the moment. You see Thomas in 11th, and we see Mars and Swift up here as well, but they're likely just going to be taking the cut.
You see a lot of WF in the back here.
Not sure who's fighting for that top spot. I think it would be... We see Pyrex also in the back as well, which is definitely not what you want to see, because Pyrex, when he's in first, is definitely a force to be reckoned with, so... But it looks like at the moment, Nitro's just going to try and get as many streams as he can, and just avoid getting hit if possible. But he's going to fail staying on the top path.
Oh, almost hit the banana, too.
Yeah, it looks like no one's really at shock distance right now. Not sure what that Waluigi's doing in last. Maybe he's trying to be at distance for it, and Nitro's just gonna get hit. That is a... I don't know how...
Sneaky banana.
Yeah, there's the Waluigi first on the map for a second, so hopefully item lag isn't a factor that's gonna be in play at the moment. But it looks like the spots right now are pretty mixed. You see some WF in the middle spots, and then Dam up here, Nitro in 10th. It's just really gonna come down to, I think, who's in mainly the top 4. But that first place seems pretty solid. I doubt there's a shock and play, and it looks like it's holding the blue. But they just got hit by a Nana or something.
Oh, the fireball.
I'm not sure if they're going to make it towards the end. Oh, but they had a horn anyway, so I guess she'll be fine. Nitro going to be taking a top... I think that was Dam sneaking 3rd. Nitro getting 4th. Yeah, but that's a top 2 for WF.
Top 2, 7, 8, 9, 10 for WF. Good start for them.
Yeah, so that's going to be a +8 race as they take a 45-37 lead. But I mean, +8 definitely is not the end of the world. You can realistically make that back and more easily in one race, especially now that you have a free selection of tracks to go for. But Ari did get basically everything besides their top 2. So I would assume that Ari's just going to opt to go maybe DS or something along those lines. They're going to be going with RMC?
RMC?
Although, to be fair, I believe they did get... But yeah, they did get bottom 2 that race, so that could just be a factor as to why. But personally, I'd just prioritize trying to draft as much as you could and just breaking to the top. But Hyrule Circuit coming out for WF, that's definitely one of their, I'd say, best running tracks. They typically go it often, besides RWS when they can. So, makes sense on their end.
And Ari getting the RMC pick.
Yeah, so obviously RMC, one of the more, I'd say, bagging-esque tracks in the game, although it is typically the shortest out of every, I'd say, like, common bagging track, like Cheeseland, Dreaded Desert, etc. So, there's really only, like, I'd say, like, 2 or 3 sets that it is possible to get the shock on here while it's still being effective, since there is always, or I wouldn't say always, but there's usually a shock, like, at the last second or the last set, lap 3, which is usually what teams aim for, since it's the most effective spot to use it on the track. But we're going to see Nitro opting to run here, and it looks like most people are running, actually. There's only 3 or 4 baggers.
3 baggers. You see Pyrax getting redded behind Nitro.
It's looking like 2, 3, 4 for RE, not sure, and that's Nitro taking over first from Flo, and he's double defense to probably just hold him down.
Holding the
for
double
a
Ds
while.
is huge.
But he's just going to let
Flo
Flo take over first.
Oh, he eats the red.
He's going to pay the price for that one, and now he's pretty much in a more difficult position with double nanas. But Flo's going to get taken out as well, so that should be WF maybe.
And there's a blue out.
So we're going to see first place, just JP's going to give up first, and Mars is going to be taking the blue here. He's going to get hit in midair. I think that got JB with him. And Lonfi's coming up with the star in second. If there's the shock.
There's a shock.
So I think Lonfi dodged in first, actually, so he's just pretty much going to be gone for the meantime. Especially that Waluigi in the back's not looking too good.
He's a little too far back for... I don't think he... Oh, and Mars slowing down to get Nitro.
Yeah, so Nitro's just gotta hope, I'd say, for a golden right here, maybe a Bill, but...
Oh,
the
green by Mars again. They're not letting him play the video game. Gonna see him taking the little double grass cuts up here. Hoping for that golden again.
And that's gonna be... Looks like a lot of RE in the back here. It's gonna be a 9, 10, 11. And if that's RE in last as well, it's gonna be a bottom 4 potentially. Oh, but it was Pyrax.
Pyrax. Might have been a disconnection, but a top 3 nonetheless for WF.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a plus 18 as WF just expands on their lead. But I think the only reason... If Pyrax didn't DC there, I think the only explanation is that he was holding the shock and then the other team had it. Although it was a WF shock, so...
Someone might have pulled it in like 11th when he had it in last.
They were just like, yeah, you're in last, sorry.
Go men, buddy.
I mean, WF just basically needs to keep doing what they're doing. At the moment, they're going to see RE opt and go for Excitebike WF with RWS.
RWS dropping wheelies.
JV's just like, nah, we're going desert. But I think at RWS, I mean, top 3 obviously helps, but you have to space out just a little bit at the start to make sure, one, everyone gets a box and you're not bumping each other, which usually just gives the other team a pretty good, I'd say, breakaway. Not even breakaway, but just like a chance to break into the top spots, which is pretty much the opposite reason why you want to go RWS.
And Pyrax did DC that race.
Excitebike, once again, another bagging-ish track. You see most people run it usually, but usually 3 or 4 choose to stay back for a bit and hopefully bring power items up into the end of the race.
Get some shrooms, grab some cash, you know.
Yeah, and coins are not that common here on this track. It's pretty difficult to get 10 unless you're deliberately going for them.
I like to say your race doesn't start here until you get 10 coins, so...
Guess we'll see if that holds true. We see Nitro just trying to pressure his way up into the first place here, but it's not going to have double rest to take out Flo. But he may have the lines, but...
Doesn't space from the red and ends up trailing Thomas from it, though, so that's trading 1 for 1 pretty much. And Flo does get hit out.
So does Pyrax, but Rose can be taken out of first here, it looks like. And Nitro's got a shroom in his pocket, but it's going to be Athway taking to first. So top 3 for Ari at the moment.
Oh, he pulls another shroom, which is pretty clutch.
Is this top 5, actually? Because that's
JB,
and I think Bayham was up there as well.
Yeah, because when he slowed down, I think he had Pyrax out. Looking like... Oh, and those bananas!
This is right into the nanas. Well placed. But it's not really going to hurt RE's positions right now as they're holding top 5. WS going to need a shock here to hopefully break this since there's only, I'd say, 2 major cuts on this track. Though the off-road can definitely help out a lot here if you have a golden there. Potentially just a star. Although we do see Mars coming up.
He does slow down. It looks like a WF shock.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's... I mean, it was pretty predictable. But you see Mars, he's pretty much gone in first, so RE's going to need some reds.
Yeah, I think they're in pretty good spots right now to pull shrooms and whatnot.
I mean, Nitro, this whole, like, worst so far is just getting hit by random stuff. First, the Nanish just landing on his dome, and then just the random greens on the previous tracks. This pack is really close besides Mars in first right now.
This is tight.
It's really going to come down, I think, who has the star at the end and who can hit the most. We do see someone... I think they had triple greens and they got taken out somehow still. We're going to see Nitro take the cut here at the end, hopefully gain a few spots, but it doesn't look like it unless I think the play gets taken.
Oh, and Hathaway hits 2 people with greens on the line.
I think Mars still held down first, though. Yeah, it's going to be a top 2, 4, 5 for WF. Mars and Pyrax, a dynamic duo.
Getting it done.
Top 2.
That's a plus 16 race for WF right there. Expanding their lead to 42 after 3.
Just like the previous where WF's just packing down early is. I mean, an early lead, I think, is the best way to just win a match since the pressure isn't on you. Although,
well, I wouldn't say bad, but it's a little. You get more pressure on the enemy team to perform better. They might start making some silly mistakes.
Although we did see WF kind of have a decent lead at the start of the war. Just previously, they had a plus 42, and then Arc won the next race, but then they just sent them right back with a minus 30. So if W can just, I'd say, repeat what they did in the previous where they should be fine. And I mean, if they get this track pick, they're going to be set up even better.
Yeah, especially RWS. We know that's probably like the best front running track in the game if you can space out properly. And
yeah, I'd say like after the first like few turns in the second item set, the spots usually determine themselves unless there's a shocker. Triple items get pulled, but we're going to be going to dry desert, so I think we've basically just played
a lot of bagging tracks, yeah.
We had TM and then just a bunch of bagging tracks, so hopefully see some more shock action here. I believe WF has had every shock so far, which can definitely attribute to their lead at the moment, so maybe we'll see Nitro opt to go back, but he's just going to drive forward.
He's going to be running along with Dam and Hathaway.
See, Mars is getting... So I think this is this 5 RE running right now.
I believe so.
I mean, all right.
Yeah, Nitro's.
It's not gonna be a winning strategy.
I hate to say it, but that is kind of weird that 5 of them were running.
And the stars gets immediately stolen from the Boo. Nitro definitely not having a good time right now with the game.
The game doesn't want him to play, dude.
So I think Nitro's probably going to be the one for Ari, just chilling back here. You see him just kind of sporadically hit the brakes. Although now he's in a bottom store spot. Obviously, shot can only be pulled from 9 through 12 in a 12
and there's a bill. I think Pyrax has a bill as well.
And when there's 3 bills in play, it means that shock's the most likely item to be pulled after that if you're in a bottom 4 spot, since only 3 bills can be in play at a time.
Ooh, and Nitro sniping his mate.
Bills here honestly suck, dude.
Yeah,
like, you can't really do anything with them.
There's some cheeks. If I'm being real here.
Dude, we do see first place dodging the blue with the shroom, and Nitro's gonna try and hopefully get a chain to the next set. Not sure what the shock situation is looking like at the moment.
Oh, I think it's a WF shock.
Yeah, so they've gotten every shock so far, but that should be Ro getting into boxes. Like, I think he pulled triple reds too.
He does have triple reds.
Nitro with this Golden's gonna do the large cut here and hopefully see if it works out for him. As I think he should have a star.
I think a red's coming for him.
Top 3.
No, okay. Yeah,
so he's got his teammate in first here. We see Thomas in second. We'll see if he opts to either just keep a star or he's going to star here and take the cut. He's going to star now.
Chain, take the cut.
Doesn't get a shroom, unfortunately.
Doesn't chain a shroom.
So I think that was a bomb in first, though, for JB. Oh, no, it's
looks
just
like a green.
And that's another
shock.
And there's a blue, so Nitro's going to pray for a horn. He leaves the double for his teammate, and he's only gonna get a coin, so...
And it looks like Mars is going to sneak into first here.
I think Nitro may be getting last here. He's everyone else's shrooms. That's the way after your WS shocks go, but there's a decent amount of WF back here, but it's going to be a bottom 2 for RE. It's going to be a top 3, 6, 7.
Holy moly.
WF getting all the shocks, just keep on the pressure, and they've got a plus 66 GP1 to their name. And I mean, the backtracks aren't working out for RE. Like, I think they've been picking most of them, and every single time they're just losing more and more and more. So I think they got to switch up their strategy just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe just go something a little not as bagging heavy.
Yeah, maybe like a Royal Raceway or maybe a Donut Plans, where like shock isn't totally vital. I might be considering back. Maybe cheese. I just don't really get it if you've just lost on 3 straight bagging tracks, you've gotten no shocks. I'm not sure why another one would really work out well.
Imagine they just drop Baby Park.
I mean, honestly, I don't think Baby Park's that bad. Like, if you're just getting totally demolished by the other team, like, you just know you can't really do anything. I think Baby Park is honestly a good way to at least try and get a decent spot.
I mean, you could always go for the Gambit, if you know what I mean.
I'm not sure I know what you mean, but we're going to be going to another bagging track, Cheese Land. And hopefully Ari's going to hope that this time they can pull the shock.
4th time's the charm, eh?
I don't know. I guess we got to find out, but I just wouldn't test it at this point, really. Especially since 0 shocks to Ari's name, 4 to WS. Do you see, I'd say, less people this time running, or bagging, I should say. So it looks like it's only going to be... Actually, you know what? I guess everyone's just going to hit the brakes early on, so... Only 4 people running this time, but it's going to be 2-2 split between Ari and WF, but Ari's going to be maintaining that top 2.
Nitro doing some questionable things, but...
I mean, he had to avoid those nanos because he was going to land straight on them. Then now he's just going to try and take out Thomas. I think Dame should still be keeping first, and Nitro's got a shroom now in second. But he is a bit too far back. You see Mars coming up in second now. See if Nitro can maybe get a snipe on him, but he may just opt to keep his third. See Mars with a red. Maybe he's another one to coup, but there's going to be a blue coming in for Dame, and the blue connects with Nitro as well, and it's going to be a 2-3 for WF, potentially more after the blue, depending on what Mars has. Yeah, Nitro, honestly, I would just keep these because you're probably not getting a better pull, considering his distance to first right now.
Yeah, real talk.
Just gotta hold these shrooms for lap 3 and hope for the best. But that is gonna be WF breaking into the top 2 now with their shrooms.
And there's another shock.
Is that another WF shock? It looks like it.
WF shock, dude.
It's Lanfi coming up in the bill. We see Impo as well dodging. But that's going to be, I believe, a top 3 at the moment for WF, and they have quite the lead. So unless there's another shock in play, it's going to be pretty hard for Ari to catch up at the end. So smart play by Nitro to not shroom there, I think.
Yeah. Because I don't think he's going to get a better pull.
Guess we'll see what he pulls. Yeah, that red, so... But it is 4-5-6 for RE, but they're going to need something to get into the top 3, or else it's just going to be a guaranteed WF winning race again. We see Impo with the star, though, but that is going to be WF crossing the line in first.
Oh, Thomas
gets hit.
2, 3, 4.
And this is potentially more. I think Dame snuck in 5th there, so this could be Ari's first winning race, even with a WF shock. And that's going to be a bottom 3 for a WF, so this is going to be Ari's first winning race. And I think they had 2 shocks, because I think that was Pyrex in last, so that's going to be a plus 16 for RE. But they're still down 50 after 5. And I mean, 50 after 5 definitely is not impossible. You still have 7 races to do it, and I mean, WF pretty much just got 40 points in the previous 3 races, barring out this one. So they can do it in 3, they can do it in 7, I think. See, Nitro, I think they're gonna go Dolphin here.
Yeah, they're definitely picking shoals. They're just kind of waiting to see what their counter pick is, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Since, you know, the Streetle, definitely not optimal on tracks with a lot of anti-gravity. I think Nitro's just gonna roll with it. They're still going to go Dolphin shoals.
Oh, yep, they're going Excitebike and Yoshi Circuit.
Excitebike?
Oh, freaking Electrodrome. Holy.
Yeah, so Electrodrome, a lot of, I think it's, besides like the starting, it's 100% anti-gravity. So, definitely not the optimal. But it is going to be Dolphin shoals, so... Those that switch to Streetle are definitely going to have a little bit of a payoff there, but I doubt most did when they saw Electrodrome on the board. So we're going to be going into race 6 here. So we see Impo burn out in second. That's going to hurt a little bit, but that is still ease Lanfi in first. So Nitro should have the ability to draft, and he's just going to throw his red at Lanfi. And that is
way up there.
Yeah, Flo has a shroom, and also that's Pyrax in, I think that's 2nd or 3rd, but that still is JB holding down the fort in first.
So 2, 3, 4 for WF.
Well, the spots right now are pretty mixed. We see some people off in the back, and Nitro's just gonna toss away his streams as JB next to him. But that is gonna be Pyrex and Flow up there in top 2. And Nitro's not gonna get anything to hit him out unless he's able to pull off a Nana Snipe. Which he isn't, but he kind of streams a bit too early, so he messes up his alignment, and he's just gonna get boomeranged out of his third plays. But I mean, DS, definitely one of the longer tracks in the game. Shock can happen here. Obviously, a lot of people like to go for the Bill exploit, so just as a result, Shock's common as well, since they are usually pretty far behind.
Yeah,
you do see Thomas get taken out. And there is a bottom 2 a little bit separated from the rest, and this fire probably won't be able to do anything because of that distance the top 2 has.
Oh, and there's a bomb. That hit the brakes, yeah.
And
oh, and let's go with the top 4 for WF now.
And I mean, I think Ari's gonna need the shock at this point. There's really no way around it. But there's a blue, so that should help a little bit.
We haven't seen much of Athaway this race, so we might have something cooking up in the back.
That dude in last looking... I guess he was lagging on the minimap. We see Athaway in 9th. And it's just a lot of... Ari just has a lot of the low mid spots. That's stuff is not how you win a race, especially if the other team's top 4. See people doing the Bill strat up there in the back, but it shouldn't really help them that much. That's going to be Row, and I'm not sure who else. But you see the person last isn't really using anything. So maybe they have it. Well, if it's happening, it's going to happen right now, and it doesn't look like it. You see 3 people in dodges, but there it is. But I think that may have been a... I'm not sure. That probably is going to be a top 2 for WF, but I'm not sure how the bottom slots panned out.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
That should be a little bit of a winning race for RE because of that bottom 3, and it's going to be a +4. So at the halfway point, we're looking at a 46-point lead for WF. So, I mean, Ari's won the last 2 races, but it's looking like they're going to need to do a little bit more to break into that lead going to GP3. So, I mean, they got like... I don't really know what you go here. I guess maybe ED or Goldmine or something of that sort, since...
Yep, sitting around that.
WF just kind of got the top 2, and then nothing else. So Bone Dry Dunes, definitely one of... I mean, WF picks the shock as well, but I know RE, it's one of their specialties going all the way back to the JPCC days. So, they know what they're doing. Then, obviously, MW, probably top 3 best front-running tracks in the game. Although the shock at the end can be pretty brutal, but we're going to be going to MW, so we'll see if their top 2 can hold on. I don't even know, this war's been like pretty, I'd say...
There's been a lot going on. Nitro screen, I'll just say that much.
Yeah, he's just getting hit by everything, and then WF just getting shock after shock after shock. Although that first, that shock on DS appeared to be an RE shock, but it only gave them a +4. It didn't have the same difference that those previous shocks for WF had. But we did see Pirates just get taken out there in first, so it's a potential opening for RE early on.
Would you see Impo in about third? Nitro opting to go for coins here, which is good play.
Not sure why he's opting to trail with. I think that's Athway right behind him, but I think
someone got bumped off.
Yeah, about 2 people got bumped off there. Nitro's only going to get double shrooms. It's not really what you want in this spot, since it's not really going to help you catch up.
We do see a lot of RE up here. I think they're 2 through 5 right now, actually.
I think it would be fair to assume that Flo is in one of those top 2 spots. And there's 2 people really far behind right now, so I have to think that's probably a DC, since I don't think people would really bail out on the shock this early on W. Although that is Athaway in second, so...
Yeah, it's a 2 through 5 for RE.
At the least. Although that I would think that's still Flo. Nitro gonna try some backs. No, that isn't Flo, so this might be top 5 for RE.
And this is what they need, honestly.
100%. We see that person last, still very far behind, but it's probably a DC. But there's actually 2 of them, so might be having a shock battle in the back. You see Thomas take out Nitro, and he's going to have 2 greens to work with trying to get out that people in 2 through 4.
Might is holding a boot. Oh, and there's a build that comes up and hits Nitro, unfortunately.
So Nitro's just getting the whole gauntlet right now. I mean, there's probably a shock in place, so we'll see if it comes out. But I think it'd be happening now if it were to happen at any time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Oh,
He pulls it.
I think he's probably just gonna wait for Flo and Launch to get out of their dodges, but I guess there were 2 shocks in play. I think those are usually the exact same time. Because that's the only way he'd still be affected. That looked like a pretty good race for RE, judging by the end. And the spots they had going into Section 3. It's gonna end up being a top 4 for RE!
11.
That's exactly what they need to pull it back. And it's gonna be a plus 20 race. They're only down 26 with 5 to go.
Just
And
about that lead in half.
RE has won the last 3 races after WF won the entirety of GP1, so the momentum's 100% on RE's side. But I have to wonder what they were thinking with that shock there, since I have to assume that the person in 11th for RE had it, and they just tried to call it at the same time to try and negate the effects, but obviously, when 2 shocks happen at the same time, both people using it get hit by a shock.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication, but it happens from time to time.
I mean, honestly, I'd take that when you get top 4, so no complaints, really.
He's got to look at the bigger picture at that point.
I think every team, so I think one of the teams each time besides like DS has picked RWS and just hasn't picked it. So maybe we'll be going there this time, but EV definitely not out of the question.
I think, yeah, looking like RWS.
Yeah, so RE's just going to hope that they can hold on to their top 4 and make this an even war going into race 8. They're going to have to watch out for potential spacing, and obviously triple nanas, triple greens first set always happens. So, gotta watch out for that one.
Alright, so fun fact, third box is always available.
Third box is always available, and it was available there, but no box for Nitro this time. Looks like no one got the nanas, but there is reds in play.
Nitro getting bumped a bit.
He's gonna be losing a little bit of time because of that. But this pack is still pretty close. Nitro, I think, just wants to hold this last room for probably the final cut. We do see Dam in first.
A lot of RE got taken out there. And Pyrex and oh, Nitro gets redded.
Yeah, if he didn't get ready, he would have been set 2 with that horn, since he probably would have been in second.
Oh, there's
and he horns it. Great play there to horn the blue in 10th and save Dam from potential trouble. But this is RE in 9-10. Not sure who's holding down bottom 2, but you have to assume that blue is probably thrown by WF. Yeah, and there was a Launfi in last there. Nice snipe by Flo there to take out Nitro, but it's not going to do too much damage since he still does get the double, and it's going to be a bottom 2 for RE.
Oh, and that plant, brutal.
So I think RE right now is probably just going to pray that Dam keeps his first. You have to assume that W has a bunch of the mid spots right now. Looks like it's a bit of a battle going on in the pack. That top 4 does seem pretty condensed, though. Nitro's going to miss the chain.
You see Hathaway building up, though.
I doubt there's a shotgun play. There's another blue, though, so if Dame's still in first, it's not good news for RE. And 3 people just got taken out, and he backs Hathaway. That's that's unfortunate right there. He's going to get these greens for defense.
He needs to throw these off. High key.
Guess we'll see. Yeah, he's just going to toss them. So it's looking like 5, 6, 7 for RE. That red coming in, not sure if it connected or not, but this top 4 is gone. I doubt really any spots are going to change on that side.
Still first. It's looking really bad for...
Try and start Flo, but Flo takes over 5th. But it's still a top 2 for RE and bottom 3 for WF, so it's going to be another RE winning race. It's going to be a plus 16.
They're down 10 going into last GP.
That was I don't know, that was kind of your typical RWS, I think. The top spots just kind of stayed the same, and then...
It was a battle for the mid spots.
Mm-hmm. But WF winning the entirety of GP1, RE winning the entirety of GP2, so it's going to come down to who can either switch the momentum or just keep on rolling. But we got 4 races to go, and we got a 10-point differential to see who's going to go into the grand finals of Agility 4 against Prestige. And we're going to be going to, I believe, Hyrule Circuit. Nope, Electrodrome. Okay.
Get in, all right.
Mars getting the 1 out of 6 lottery right there. Yeah, ED, another drafting track the first few turns. Definitely, it's kind of a party. Whoever is a trail usually ends up winning the battle. But the cut at the end kind of just mixes it all up again.
And there's a really good chance of pulling the shock here as well.
It's another very long track, and teams like to go for it with that TS spot at the end. So we see someone get taken out there. I would assume that's an RE member getting taken out since that was Swifty through the red, but this is going to be Impo in first, and Nitro's got to be careful for Flo's red. I think he trailed Dame with it.
Trail. Yep.
He's got another red to work with here.
Gonna maybe see Nitro try and take this so Impo can just keep first, but not looking likely.
Flo's going to chain these reds, and Nitro's going to get trailed. I'm not sure by who. I think it was Thomas, but he's going to have no boxes and no coins to work with going into lap 2.
There's a blue
coming in. That's going to connect with Dam, and it looks like a lot of REs in the back here. At bottom 3 at the least. I think that was also... that was Athaway. No, it's Pyrax in 9th. I think someone might be wanting to just hit the brakes here and potentially get the shock.
Try and get the stick.
But I mean, if it were to happen, it's probably gonna be available at these next 2 sets here. We see Nitro's gonna Nitro's gonna break as it's a nice follow there. But think I don't really know. Like RE, I think they have to break for it since
they need the
like bottom 4 right now, potentially even more. And there's a lot of separation with this top 6. So we'll see if one of them has it. Maybe Dame has it in last, but it's not looking too good at the moment. 5, 6, 7 for RE. You have to assume that's a lot of WF in the front there. And that top 3 is gone. Well, that was perfect timing.
Reaction time. Holy crap.
I mean, I don't think I've seen that person last use any item, so if there's a shock, it's going to be coming up in the next few seconds. There it is. Nitro's going to get in the box. This has to be an RE shock, and he's got shrooms. So we might be able to snag first here, maybe take out some of WF in the process. But he should be getting second at least. He's going to try and go for the back here with Mars.
Ops to not.
I guess he just want to make sure in case any of his team is taking the cup. That's going to be a nice first place for Nitro.
1, 5, 6, 7, 8 last.
That last is probably going to hurt their race, but that should be either a tie or just a minimal win.
+2.
They're down 8 with 3 to go. And I mean...
seems like all the momentum's on Requiem. With Requiem right now, I should say.
Yeah, and I mean, like we saw in GP1 where WS getting every shock. Now it's just RE getting every shock, and they're winning these races.
They're applying man.
I mean, here's the WF has gone in top 3 before that shock, and then Nitro's just like, yeah, let me get these shrooms. Yeah, might be a little bit of some tilt coming out from Flo there with the random pick. But, I don't know, DKJ, also another shock-heavy track. I mean, all these tracks are pretty prone to shocks. So... I mean, in the long run, that's going to be what's deciding this war. But RE, right now, just 8 points away from reclaiming the lead and trying to get that rematch with Prestige in the Grand Finals as we're going to DKJ for race number 10. I don't know, DKJ probably my bottom 3 track in the game. Just nothing is good about it ever.
Well, what do you mean? DK's hut, though.
But, like, bumps, trails.
Bro, he keeps so many bananas in that thing.
I don't know. DK barrels are also pretty sus, and you just have that frog chilling for literally no reason on the left side or the right side of the track.
He's just vibing. What do you mean?
So we see Nitro get taken out first there early on, and he's going to be working from the back here. Is he going to go for the frog coins? He is, so we're going to be getting that frog action as he gets these 4 coins here.
Vibing! Look at my mans!
And I think...
Gonna go for some... Ooh, nice snipe.
Ooh, the double...
The double!
Ooh, he's going to try for the back? Nah, he was thinking about it, though.
Can we get a 3 for 3 special? Nope.
See, Swift and 6 here. Nitro's probably getting taken out. And not sure who that was with the horn. That was Thomas who got hit off there, and Nitro's just...
Fireball.
I just need to rack up this coin count again, and that top 4... What is going on? Someone gets bombed out a second, but that's just going to break away their top 4, or their top 2 even more. And there's a lot of action going on the front. His first base just got taken out as well. Blue coming in. Lots going on right now. Potentially a shock in play.
Oh, Nitro.
Can't be making those mistakes with 3 races to go.
I'm
Thomas
gonna
fill up.
since he is holding this booster.
Yeah, there's 3 builds in play right now, so there might be a shock in last.
I guess not.
Yeah, we see the bottom 2 just hitting the brakes.
Shock back going on.
I'd say they're way too far behind at this point. I think they're just trying to make sure that whoever gets last gets last. But there's a lot of RE back here. Although this pack is super, super close, so this is anyone's game right now. I think the shock probably isn't going to be a factor this race unless it's the last set, because it's that bottom 2's way too far back, but everything is going on. And I don't know who's in first right now, but if that's Ari, that's probably going to be a lifesaver, since...
Yeah, there's a lot of... Oh, and the green!
Dude, what is he getting hit by half the time? Like, I legitimately have no clue where these items are coming from.
That green was just so sharp.
Although there is some WF back here. Nitro's gonna try and get some of them off on the last straightaway. We saw some fire as always, but I think he hit Dam there.
Yeah, I think Dam and someone else just got clapped a little bit.
We'll see what goes down. That's gonna be a 1-3-7, 9-10-11 for Ari, so that should be a minimal winning race for WF.
Race, actually.
Yeah, so it's only a +2, but we have 2 races to go and a 10-point difference between these 2 teams. And I mean, I don't really know what to go. Like, if I was playing this, I have no clue what to go with 1-3-7 if I'm RE. Like, like, what do you do with that?
Like, honestly, I think if they drop, like maybe a Sweet Canyon.
I don't know, that's really shock prone, and I mean, we've seen like 9 shocks this war already, so I wouldn't really want to bet that.
A ribbon
maybe a Royal Raceway.
That's also pretty shock prone,
maybe just a Bone Dry. They're going Cloud Top Cruise. See Lonfi going with Bone Dry, going for the Hail Mary, but RMP probably one of the more solid front-running tracks, especially once lap 2 kicks into play. But I think, yeah, Mars just hacking picks right now, winning the 1-for-6 on the top 2 times in a row. But I think whoever wins this race is going to have a really good chance of taking it and getting a chance to play against Prestige in the grand finals. But RMP is pretty much a mixed bag at the start with the draft at the beginning of the track. But we'll see if maybe someone opts to go for the shock early on to try and just better their chances of winning the race. But we see Pirates hit triple nanos first set, and Nitro's just like, yeah, I'm getting away from that, so
get me out of here.
Please. And then it's just with them first. I think that's where he'd want to be, honestly. That's where WF definitely wants him to be for sure.
Yeah.
But Nitro's going to put some pressure on. He does have this red in his pocket if he's able to chain it. But yeah, Swift does not want to make mistakes in first, so it's going to need double reds. But this horn from Flow. And Impo has nothing to take out Flow.
That's going to be a WF top 2 for the time being.
And Nitro again. Green Magnet right now. Pirates is going to be taking the damage in 9th because of that, but Nitro's just going to be working from the back here, as that still should be a top 2 for WF.
And there's
a blue coming in. That bottom 2 is a little bit separate. I wouldn't be surprised if that's both RE in the bottom 2 right now. I guess it'd be bottom 3, but
I haven't seen much of Hathaway this race, so I think he might be back there.
Oh, but there's a shock for Nitro. Alright, this is going to be really good for RE. You have to think they're probably going to do it first set, lap 3. There is Thomas back there as well, so maybe there is another shock in play. We see Dam in the back as well, and that top 2, I'd say top 3 is really separated, but first place just got taken out. So we'll see what goes down. WF can't know that they have it yet, since Nitro's still keeping it in his pocket.
He's trying his best not to get hit here. He can't use that shroom.
Mm-hmm.
But they have... Oh, there it is!
I think that was only Dam that dodged, but this should be good, considering that's basically all of Ari getting into the boxes, and they're coming up, but Nitro gets planted off the track. And it's going to be hard for him to get a better spot, I'd say, than it is, but he's just got to be praying that the shock was enough, and this is WF in 10-11, so maybe it is enough to potentially break into the lead in the race 12. He's just going to build into the finish line.
Lost from the bill here. Nope, never mind.
Looks like a row in the back. But that's a top 4!
10-12!
That should be a plus 18 race, I want to say. And it is a plus 18.
And for the first time this war, Requiem has the lead.
Albeit only 8 points. It's still anyone's game, but we're going to be going into the last race here in the losers finals of Agility 4.
The pressure is on.
Dude, I mean, he got that in like 10th, right? I want to say when there was top 2, like
that was so cheesy.
Happens, dude.
We take those. We take them to the bank every day, dog.
I mean, this would be huge for Ari to take this because WF has been the team to beat, I'd say, for the past 3, 4, 5 months. Back-to-back MKU D1 champs. They've won basically every tournament that we've ran besides that. And I mean, to take down WF Star and hand them that 3rd place, albeit 3rd place is definitely not bad in a tournament with 64 teams, but it's definitely not the goal that they're looking for.
And Requiem, but of course they're looking to be the best that there is. So,
but it's still not over. We have 1 race to go on Hyrule Circuit. 8 points separate the 2. I believe Ari at minimum just needs top 2 4, and that's a guaranteed win. I think top 2 5 should be enough as well, but they just need to keep their top spots and just hope that there's no shock in play. And I think WF can afford to just completely stay back and bank on a shock. So I think that's what one of them's going to be doing in last there, since you only need a plus 8 to win, which is realistically not that much. Like, you don't even need first. See JD
slow down here and
for his own teammate. Rough. So it's gonna be bottom 3 for Ari starting off. You see someone in first get taken out there.
Safe to assume that's probably an RE member. We do see Athaway back here as well.
See a lot of spin not going on in the front here.
Bottom 4 right now for
bottom 5 for Ari.
We do see Impo get hit.
Is this top 6 WF?
WF is top 6, yeah.
Although it is still early on in the race, but swiftly these greens could potentially just hold back RE, and it's gonna be enough. But
ooh, and 2 of them get fired.
I think you have to assume that's RE in last right now.
Yeah, we gotta assume they're trying to whip it up.
So I don't really think they need to. But
no, it looks like a top 5 for WF actually. Safe to assume that a WF member is in the back then.
I don't know. Nitro's only take out this top 5, so it's looking like a shock is gonna be what they need. And I mean, that'd be pretty representative of the rest of the war, I'd say.
Yeah.
Nitro opt to go around for boxes here.
Blue, but I'm gonna probably guess that someone has a horn up there.
Guess we'll find out. It's gonna be a no.
That's a negative.
And Nitro with no dodges right now. We don't know what the bottom 2 has, but potentially a shock and play. JB gets taken out. I think that was another RE member as well. This is potentially a top 5 WF.
Top 4. Oh, and another bomb!
Top 4 is enough, since that's going to be plus 16 minimum. So unless there's a shock at this moment, it's looking like WF might be walking it off here on race 12.
Oh,
but JB has triple reds. But is it enough? He connects with Thomas, but I think it's just Thomas, and it depends who's in that boo. It's all going to come down to who's in that boo, I think, because if that's top 4 WF, that's a guaranteed win, but a top 3 would not be. And it's going to be a... It's waiting for last place here. It's going to be a top 3. I think that's a plus. I don't think that's enough.
11. Oh, they
win by 2. WF won by 2 in the last race.
Oh my
god.
God.
we're gonna have to recalculate the score just to make sure, but it looks like a top 3, 9, 10, 11 should be a plus 10. But is it enough? We could potentially be seeing some overtime action if it is a tie, but I think WF barely got it.
Barely squeaking it out at the last second.
There were no DCs, right? No, the Pyrex DCs at the start. So I guess we'll just need to calculate RE's score. I didn't get a picture, so I don't know if you got that, Cinda, but so RE got 490, which means WF Star won by 4 in total. And they're going to be the ones facing Prestige in the grand finals, which should be coming up in about 15 minutes here. But what a match, dude. Oh my god.
That was insane.
All came down to the last race. No shock either, which is, I'd be pretty surprised at that just happened, really, because they were going for it the whole race and nothing happened.
Yeah, it seemed like they weren't hardcore trying to go for it, they still got it, so very strained with how the entire war was going that no shock occurred last race.
But that last race is all that WF needed to punch their ticket into the grand finals, coming all the way through a loser's bracket run. But they're going to be at a disadvantage since they're coming out of the loser's side, which means they have to win twice against Prestige to take it all. So, I mean, odds are definitely in Prestige's favor, but WF Star has been the team to beat. So can Prestige do it? Or are we going to see WF take another banner to add to their collection? But I think that's going to do it all for this match in particular. We're going to be doing the grand finals in just a few minutes. Not sure who's going to be casting that exactly, but make sure to stay here, and we'll update you guys in a bit. See ya.
See you later.